This is Gary Geiman with the Dominate the Day podcast. The purpose of this podcast is to help you get 1% better in your business, provide clarity, and give you some ideas that will help you grow your business. If you're ready to dominate the day, let's go.
Dominate the day, that's what we're about to do. If you don't want to dominate, then this podcast ain't for you. But if you are, then keep listening, cause every single damn day, the mission is to dominate. You already know we're here to dominate the day. So if you want to dominate every day, then let's go, it's time to grow. This is another episode of Dominate the Day.
What's going on, Dominate Nation? It's time to dominate the day. You know what time it is when you hear my boy Yak coming with Dominate the Day. It's time to dominate the day. And there's nothing that doesn't get you jacked up more than hearing some Joey Yak bring in time to dominate the day. So let's talk about motivation for a second. I'm not a big, get the pom-poms out and cheer on everyone. I'm more about putting my head down, doing the shit necessary to get where I need to be. I believe, as David Goggins says, motivation is great, but it's fleeting. It's what starts the fire. It's the ember to the fire. And you have to do more than just get yourself motivated. You have to create the discipline and the drive to continue on. But staying motivated and continuing that motivation is definitely can be challenging for business owners, especially when there's tough times, when you face setbacks. The list goes on and on and on. I can tell you, I feel unmotivated consistently because of things that happen in the business, things that happen in my personal life, things that just happen. You know what I mean? And we can choose how we want to respond. And the way to respond is to treat every challenge and every setback as an opportunity or a lesson. And if you embrace the obstacles that come your way and use them to grow and become more resilient, you're going to become stronger mentally. And the next time you have a setback, the next time you hit a roadblock, the next time something doesn't go your way, it's going to be a lot easier to overcome. I can remember, 15, 20 years ago, in owning the business that I did then, and I had a huge cash flow problem one week, and it was right before payroll. And my payroll was pretty hefty at the time; it was almost $40,000, and it was about 6 days before payroll, and all of a sudden we got hit with this cash flow crunch. We usually had about two periods of payroll in the bank as a nest egg. Probably not enough looking back, but that's what I kept at the time. And we had an issue that hit that depleted all of our cash. Now, we had loans that were funding, and we had funding that was coming in, but in order to hit the payroll, I was going to need some type of gap for about 2 or 3 days. And that's a lot of money. There's a lot of money. Wasn't six figures, but it was a hefty 5. And I remember the first day that I got kicked in the gut, because that's what I equate it to, it's catching your breath and it's figuring out, oh my God, what am I going to do? How am I going to overcome this? What's my resources? Blah, blah, blah. But the second day, as I got level headed and I figured out a solution that I could go after, and then I figured out a backup solution, I knew that, okay, I'm going to overcome this. And then about 10 years later, I hit a similar issue with our exterior cleaning company, where we had a slow paying client that owed us almost 6 figures. And we were in the slow period of our time. That 6 figures was all about 120 days past due. And I knew I had to get part of that money in to pay bills for the month. And did I go back to the initial way that I felt when I was, in the early 2000s with the mortgage company? No. What I did was I went back to that moment, remembered the lesson, remembered how I overcame it, and then thought through it and got past it. It wasn't a day that I had to overcome and feel sorry for myself like I did the first time. It was a few hours, and then boom, we're back at it. away we go. So take obstacles, take challenges, learn from them, remember from them, and then become better. Because when you become better, you're going to become a better version of yourself. You take those lessons that you thought were obstacles and challenge, take them as lessons, learn from them, and you'll dominate the day.
Dominate the day, that's what we're about to do. If you don't wanna dominate, then this podcast ain't for you. But if you are, then keep listening, cause every single damn day, the mission is to dominate. You already know, we're here to dominate the day. So if you wanna dominate every day, then let's go, it's time to grow. This is another episode of Dominate the Day.